OTT applications are made. Like like we have like Amazon Prime, Netflix, Discovery Plus, and we have Hotstar, and we have MX Player. These are the like major OTT platforms in our country. And let's see like what is the technical outlook of this like OTT platforms, like how to make OTT application in Android by using Android technology, like by using Android OS. Let's get started. See how how Android applications will help us to make our lives better when we are comparing with the websites, like when we are comparing with iOS applications. How Android apps are like more user friendly. See, in compared to iOS apps or web applications, Android applications are more user friendly. Why? Because like in Android it has like more users, and it is like like we can install our applications and we can see things like right away. It's not like I should go to website again. It's a big thing, like it is not comfortable with handset phones. Like maybe websites is very useful in if you have PCs or like if you have laptops, but when you are using smartphone, I don't think like a website is very good choice for us. Like application is very good. Like, and when we are comparing like Android application with iOS application, like everyone knows like more than 85% phones in the world are like Android OS. Remaining 15% are like iOS or some other OS like Symbian or like Nokia. Nowadays Nokia, everyone knows like is no more. I mean, these are the advantages we have for Android applications. And Android application development is open source. We can get it everything free of cost. Like here you can see like more customizable and many real-time applications. It's a developer friendly. What does it mean by developer friendly? It is a open source, and it has like use support. Why? Because if you want to develop Android applications, we are using Java application, sorry, Java language. Either we can go with Kotlin also. Kotlin is very new, but Java is a very good. Like we used to be with the Java. Like Java is everyone knows like it is very old language, and every I'm like engineering guy, at least a lifetime, like they'll get to know about Java. Like when we are compared to other languages like Python or like C or C++, Java is it's a whoops language. It's very easy, and this is the one of the main reason. Like Java will make us Android development is very easy. But Kotlin, like in 2017 onwards, like people are started using Kotlin for developing Android applications also. But still, more than 80% of applications are made by Java language only, not Kotlin. But recently most of the big MNCs like Google and Microsoft and IBM, they started developing their applications, and they are migrating their applications by the help of like Kotlin language. And let's go to next slide. Why Android is better to choose compared to other tech? Already I told you, like when you are comparing iOS development, it is more costlier, and it is not like when you are developing iOS, like we are using C sharp or like some other languages. They don't have like much support like Java language or like Kotlin language. And Android applications will have like best user interface and low latency applications, hassle free experience, and it will take very less storage space and more information. And compared to the secure wise, like it is secured, and it's like easy to access things. It is easy to access things. And Yeah, now as of now, I explained like what is the importance of Android when we are comparing with website and iOS applications or some other applications. And let's talk about what is Android actually. What is Android? Android is a mobile operating system based on a modified version of Linux kernel and other open source software. It means Android is just a operating system, like many other things we have. Like we have Windows operating system, we have iOS operating systems, we have Linux operating system. Same way, Android also one type of operating system. It is mainly designed for touch screen mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. You may know the things like like very long back, 10 years back, we we don't have like much touch screen phones. We have very small phones, that is basic handsets like Nokia, Samsung, that will have like that will not have this Android voices. They might had different voice like Symbian, or like like Nokia has its own operating system. Now everyone knows Nokia is no more. It is totally vanished because of Android. Like 99% of Nokia market is occupied by Android OS. Because of only Android operating system, now in the market, Nokia place is nowhere. They don't have nothing. They are not standing in the market because of this Android OS. And let's see what is the technical outlook of streaming Android applications. I already explained we have so many streaming applications like Amazon Prime and Netflix, Discovery Plus, and we have MX Player, we have Hotstar. I developed Discovery Plus application. I was part of Discovery application since 2019. It's been like more than 2 years. It's very challenging journey with Discovery team, and I think everyone knows like how the Discovery Plus application is, and it has like more videos, and it's kind of it's a simple like I think everyone will watch Discovery channel. Like we are just made that the channel all available with your handset with the help of Android application. I'm like whatever you can see with your Discovery channel, you can browse it, you can watch it with your handset, like with your Android phone with the help of this application. If you have that application, just have a look, or like if you don't have that application, please install Discovery Plus and please check it. There is a two types of things in Discovery. One is free version. I'm like some 20% of videos in Discovery Plus you can watch like free of cost. But if you want to watch like big shows like Akshay Kumar show, or like superstar Rajnikant show, so many shows are available and with brain gales. And if you want to watch that shows, please buy freemium version and you can watch that things. And let's see like what is the technical outlook, like how that technical right, as of now we just explained like general user perspective. Now like a developer perspective, like how these applications are made, how like what are the technical parts, like what are the technologies will be part of this making of this streaming apps, making of these streaming Android applications. Let's see like what are the technologies involved in streaming applications. Here you can see like language level, either we can go with Java or like Kotlin. But please remember one point: if you know Java, Kotlin is very easy. We can see like it's a just extension part of Java. I mean, why Google has actually launched Kotlin language here? Because Java has some disadvantages when you are developing one Android application with the help of Java language. To overcome that all disadvantages, they just came up with one good idea and good language, that Kotlin. That language name is Kotlin. It is more compatible with Android development, and it is like whatever you want, like whatever Android developer needs, like development needs, that all features will have with Kotlin. And language level, you can go with either Java or Kotlin, but compared to Java, Kotlin has like less support, like like you can't get it all the materials from Google, or it's very new language compared to Java. That's what, like, but the advantages over Java, Kotlin has like boilerplate code, less boilerplate code, like if you want to write one logic in Java, it may take, for suppose, let's assume like it may take like 10 lines of code. But in Kotlin, same code will take only 5 lines. It is almost all 50% concise code. I mean, there is like optimization when you are using Kotlin. And if you want to develop Android application, we need to have an IDE. That IDE name is called Android Studio. Earlier, we used to develop Android applications with the help of Eclipse. I think everyone knows about Eclipse. It used to be, it used to be like with the help of Eclipse, we used to be developed like Java applications, or like later on we just moved to Android applications. But now we are using Android Studio. Why? Because Android Studio has lot of advantages when we are developing, or like when we are writing any Android application. Why? Because it is also from Google, and it has so many suggestions while you are writing code, or like while you are developing, or like while you are designing your screen with the help of XML language. That's why we are using Android Studio. And database level, we have two types of database. Like, see, in any application, why we need database? Like, if you want to store anything locally, like, you should have one database. For that, we we can use SQLite database, otherwise Room database, like Room library. SQLite is very older one, but it is, it's very clear. Like, if you want to insert something, you need to write SQL queries, like when you are using SQLite library. And Room is very latest one, and it has some advantages over SQLite. And same way, like when you are comparing Java with Kotlin, Kotlin has like very less boilerplate code. Same way, Room database will have very less code when you are compared to SQLite database. Now database part is done. What is XML? See, in Android we have three parts. Like, whenever, like, user interface, one thing is user interface, that is like whatever user can see, that is user interface. That can be developed, that will be developed through XML language. And one more is like logic part, that is programming will be done through Java or Kotlin. And if you want to store any database, like, sorry, if you want to store anything related to data, we are using database, that is SQLite or Room database. That is done. Now API call. What is API call? See, first, suppose you are developing one application. Let's take it as this is streaming application. Streaming application, if you'll open Amazon Prime or Netflix, you can see like thousands of videos, but none of the videos are stored in your internal memory or like application memory. It all all the videos will be placed in one server, like one server. And we are hitting the server. I mean, like, that hitting process is called APK. I'm like APK, application package kit. With the help of that process, like, we are just hitting the APK, like we are just hitting the server, and we are getting the video and we are displaying in user interface. For that, we need server, that is API. That is sixth one. And seventh one, here you can see, when you are developing, like this kind of application, you should follow one architecture. Why? Because uh, it's not like putting a database in one class, or like putting programming or logic or XML thing in same class. That will give you a lot of problems. For that, what we are doing is we are following some architectures like MVVM or MVP and MVC. I hope everyone heard about MVC and MVP. Why? Because MVC and MVP is very old architectures. Come when we are talking about MVC, model, view, and controller. View is the user interface. Model is the just data layer, and controller will controls the view and model. It means it's a mediator between model and view. And when we are comparing MVC with MVP, here model and view and presenter, here presenter is replacing controller. In MVP there is no controller. In the place of controller we will have presenter. Same way, like view is the user interface here, and model will be handling data here. It means like data layer. And again, presenter is mediating between these two, like whether model or like user interface. It is making the connection between these two. And now the third one is MVVM. It is very suitable architecture for Android application development nowadays. I think it's model, view, and view model. And see, if you can compare this all the architectures, you can see only like model and view is common in every architecture. Only like that, like presenter and controller and view model. Why we are replacing controller with presenter, and why we are replacing presenter with view model? Because it has some advantages. See, when we are compared to MVP with MVVM, MVVM is like MVP is like model, view, presenter, and here model, view, and view model. And in just I'll give you one example why we are using MVVM over MVP. See, I think everyone knows, and everyone will have Android phone. And when you are when you are started watching some video, like you'll scroll, or like you'll change your landscape to portrait. That time when you are using MVP, it will crash your application. You may observe it will crash your application, like when you are using MVP, that is presenter. And view model will have a advantage of avoiding that crashes. By default view model will have that advantages. And when you are using MVVM architecture over MVP, you can avoid that kind of errors. And MVVM is a latest architecture, and it will sync with the latest Jetpack components. If you'll get doubt, like you may get doubt here, like what is Jetpack component? Jetpack components is the latest component. It is making Android development much easier than before, and it is coming from Google. You can search it in Google. What is the latest Jetpack components, like live data, and this dependency injections, and like RX Java. You'll get to know like so many things. And let's see, like like what is the flow chart of dynamic applications. First, suppose you want to make one Android simple application, and how that application will work in a technical way. Here you can see user interface, and you can see logical interface, and you can see server or database. What is user interface? Whatever user can see, whatever is available or like visible for user, that is called user interface. I think everyone have smartphones, and you can see whatever, like if you open like Amazon Prime or like some other application, or like if you open WhatsApp, you can see some contacts and you can see some videos. That all will come under user interface. And how you can see videos in your user interface, and what will happen in background, like when you are clicking. For suppose You just opened your Amazon Prime account and like you started watching, like you can see like so many web series like Family Man 1 and Family Man 2, and we have like so many like much more web series available in Breathe and so many things. And if you'll open like Family Man season, and if you'll click that season, then you can get like total episodes of that Family Man season. And if you click like each episode, it starts playing the video, how it is happening in user interface. Here you can see like when you are clicking that video or like anything in UI level, it will give request to logical interface. This logical interface is very important. Logical interface is nothing but it's a programming again. It's a programming. See, server or database will have all the videos. Just imagine, I am just telling you like how to get Family Man videos to your device and how to play that videos. In UI level, you just click the episode 1 of Family Man. That request will go to logical interface. Logical interface in the sense it's a programming. You need to make one logic in logical interface. Let's have one logic here. What that logic will do, that logic will take your request, and that logic will send request to the server or database. Here again two things, server or database. You may get one doubt here, it is server or database. It can be server or database. Database in the sense it is a local database. Server in the sense it will store all the videos somewhere in the server, and we are just hitting the server and we are getting that video, and we are showing in the user interface. Here you can see user interface to logical interface, request to the server. From server to logical interface, you need to write logic for getting response. You can see response. Now logical interface will have response. Again you are giving that response to user interface. This is how like technical way of I think everyone will understand like how the data flow is happening between the server and user interface. Like either the data is videos, either the data is images, either the data is text wish. This is how it will happen, this logical interface and responses. Once you get this interface, again see, once you'll receive response or data from server, and you can't directly display that information in user interface. For that again you need to use adapters. What is adapters? Let's see in next slide shows like what is adapter actually. And a few important components used in Android to develop a small application or like any application. For suppose now we are explaining about streaming application. Here you can see like when you'll install any application, first time you can see splash screen. And after that splash screen, very next to your splash screen, you are going to your login screen. Like if you want to install any application, first of all what it will ask, like everyone knows, like it will ask like please sign up, then sign in. Once you sign up, like you are just registering yourself with your details like email and password. So nowadays some other companies will not asking your registration, they are simply asking your telephone number, and as soon as you enter telephone number, they'll send your OTP. They'll send OTP to your mobile phone, and then you can enter your OTP and you can log into that applications. This is done by telephony manager. We have a telephony manager library in Android. Through that manager we can do this or like OTP or login screen. And next is like as soon as like your login is done, like what you can see, you'll go to user interface. Like let's say like assume like your Amazon Prime login is done, then you'll go to like home screen. Like home screen, what you'll see, like you'll see some videos, you can see some images, you can see some extra parts. Like that is like that all things will be developed through like some you may have like Android have some UI components like image view, text view, scroll bar. Like if you want to display any text format, like for suppose Family Man, like if you want to show that title that Family Man 1 or 2, like season 1 or like episode 1 or anything, that can be shown in Android with the help of text views. Images, if you want to display any images in your application, we should use image view in Android. And scroll bar, scrolling, right? Like maybe if you open your WhatsApp application, you can see n number of charts, like n number of contacts. And if you want to scroll that scrolling thing, we can use this scroll bar, etc. We have n number of components. Here I just took some three things and I'm just explaining for your understanding. Just like image view, text view, and scroll bar, we have so many things. If you want to clickable like buttons, so many things is available. And the main components in Android, like see, we have so many components in Android. That is activity. What is activity? It is please understand, now we are into the Android development, like technical way, like what is activity, what is content provider, what is broadcast receiver, what is services actually. For suppose I am making one application and I want to make two screens, like one is login screen, one is like home screen. If I want to make any screen, like I need to use activity. I mean, like activity is nothing but one screen in Android application called activity in Android. Without activity, we can't develop any like screens in Android. One each screen is called one activity. If I want like 10 screens, I should have 10 activities. We have some advanced concepts for extension of activities, that is fragment, that is different part. But if you want to have some screens in your Android application, you should have activities. And what is content provider here? Content provider nothing but this component will be used to share data between two applications. I think you may get one doubt. I'll give you very good real time example here. I think everyone will use WhatsApp application and everyone will have like contacts application. See, in WhatsApp, first suppose your friend were asking like, hey, hi, send me like some Bhaskar number or some other or like common friend number. Then what you will do, like you just click plus button in WhatsApp and you'll go to contact applications and you can select that contact name and you can share that data to the like your friend in WhatsApp application. Here in background, like user level, you may not observe like what it is happening, but in programming level or technical way how it is happening, there is a data transmission between two different application, that is WhatsApp and contact application. This can be done through content providers in Android. This can be done content providers. By using content providers, we are sharing data between two applications. And one more important component, broadcast receiver. First suppose you have an application or like Android game or anything, like, and you are playing some Android game or like you are using some Android application like Facebook or Amazon Prime or something. And like when you'll get like battery less than 20%, you'll get notification like battery low. And it is giving like it is indicating you like just connect your charger to charger pin and you are getting very low battery, kind of that kind of things is done through broadcast receiver in Android. And we have one more thing called service part. What is actually service? It's a one of the best component Android. What service will do in Android application? If like I'll give you one more example. Like I think everyone will use Ghana application or like a Spotify or like we have so many music application. When you are logged into like Ghana application, you started playing one Arjit Singh song or like some other DSP songs. And as soon as you playing, like you're clicking, like you started playing the song, then if you'll click back button or if you click home button, what will happen? Still that song will not be paused, it will play, and it will be running in the background. I mean, it is running in the background. That will happen with the help of services. It means if you want to download in background, and if you want to play something in the background, we will use services in Android. We will use services in Android. And next is adapter. I already told you, what is the need of adapters here. What is the need of adapters here? You are getting some data from server or database, and that will be there in logical interface. And if you want to display that all data in user interface, we will use adapters. We have so many adapters in Android: recycler view adapter, ADA adapter, and normal adapters. I mean, like, without adapters you can't display, or like you can't show data in user interface. The For that we need adapters. Here you can see, below of the adapters I had mentioned some lines. If you want, you just go through. An adapter object acts as a bridge between adapter view and underlining data for that view. It means logical part will receive data from server or database, and now you have some data, like maybe you have list of names, or like you have list of images, or you have list of videos. When you can see in Amazon Prime, when you are scrolling horizontally or vertically, you can see like so many, hundreds of videos. And how that videos are displayed, through adapters. Next thing is exoplayer. See, you are now displaying some 100 videos, like you can see in Amazon Prime or Discovery Plus or Netflix. And how that videos are playing in the streaming applications. See, in generally, when you play any video in your phone, some applications will not have their own players. It will have third party. It will depend on third party players, like VLC player, and it will come out of the application, and it will look for some players like VLC or MXC something. If that player is not available in your handset, it will show you some error, like you don't have required whatever, like, player. We can't able to play this video. For that, in streaming apps, it will not go out of your application when you are playing any video. Why? Because it will have its own player. I mean, like, when you have one player for your own application, you don't need to go out of your application. You can play things within your application. I mean, like, you can play like that video within your streaming app. For that, if you want to have one player, you need to make one player, either whatever, like MX player or something exo player. For that, we are using exo player library here to make one player for you know playing videos or whatever slideshows. Then, and in streaming apps, you may get one doubt, like how TRPs, and how we can say, like, in generally in streaming apps, one director where, or like producer were released their movie into the streaming platform. And how can they can conclude, like, today how many users were watched, or like tomorrow, or like whatever, like 1 month of period, like how many users watched this movie. That all things can be tracked with the help of apps player library or Adobe player. These two libraries will give like great support for Android development. It can be tracked, like it will track every user action. Once you are logging into the, like, any Android application, with the help of these two libraries, we can track each and every action of yours. It means, like, we can track everything: how many likes happened for this specific video, how many watches happened for Family Man 2 season, how many people watched latest movie called whatever, like Dabang 3, like by today, or like how many people watched Gold movie, or like how many people were watched Robo 2.2. Still now we can have that all data. And let's see, like, few securities to be taken care, like when you are, having, like, these OTT platforms. You may get some doubts, like how multiple logins are restricted, and the storage of offline downloaded content. See, when we are talking about, these streaming apps, you can download any movie, but you can't share that content to anyone. It means it is not actually offline content, but still you can watch that content in offline. It means it is, again, you should able to log in the Amazon Prime credential. Then only you can show that video without internet. But he could not able to. It is not kind of, we can say it is not downloaded actually. If you'll, download, and that will be shared in your internal memory, that can be shared with your friends. But in this case, it can't be shared with your friends. Why? Because it's kind of offline, but you can, watch it without internet, but you can't share with anyone. And what permissions are required to be allowed, and why? Because you may, seen so many things, like when you are installing any application from Google Play Store, it will ask some permissions, but people will not read it, like every permission, like whatever they're asking, they're simply, click allow, allow, allow. There is a two options we are giving: allow and deny. People will give every, for, yeah, for every question they'll give, like, allow, allow, allow. Based on that, we are giving restrictions to the application, and we will send one notification to the user, like when they are installing fast, like we can access the camera anytime. But people may not see like what they are asking, and then simply click that one. And without user control also, we can access camera. I mean, that is all, based on users. And here I'll explain about what is Chromecast, how Chromecast will work in any OTT platform. How Chromecast, I think people know about what is Chromecast. Well, suppose you have a laptop and you are started playing one movie. In same time, if you want to share same content in your TV, we will use this Chromecast. It can be done through, like a Wi-Fi network, or like, it's kind of mobile data, and you are, playing same content in the, both screens. And yeah, that's it. I think this is the technical outlook for, like, how to make, streaming Android applications. And if you have any queries, and please trigger me questions, and don't hesitate. And if you have, like, if you don't understand anything so far, you can raise your, things, like, and I'm happy to address each and every query.
Sure. So, Hemant, can I share the screen now? So,
Yeah, yeah, sure, Akshay.
yeah.
You can share your screen. Akshay, are you there? You're sharing your share?
Yes, yes. I just
Yeah, okay. Okay.
everyone can watch my screen, right? Yeah. So participants, now actually you can raise your hand so that we can unmute you. If you're having any queries, you can ask your queries. If you don't understand any kind of component or anything like that, you can ask your queries. Or if you are having any sort of questions related to OTT services at every day, you use a lot of applications, but you have any queries related to that, you can post a question. So moving forward, moving before moving forward related to career and how to get started in the career of Android app development. So if you would like to become an Android app developer, what are the steps that you need to take from now on? So most probably everyone are students here, and they might have having this question that in the mind, like where should I get started, and what are all things that you need to learn before getting into a company or cracking a job. So all these questions will be getting the answer very soon. So before that, I just wanted to let you know that you can go check out our programs in our website. This basically, this is a package of the course where data structures and algorithms are very most important for everyone these days, not only for the Android application development, but everything related to computer science and engineering is mostly depending upon the DS and algo, where your your skills of writing the code, either time complexity or the memory allocation, whatever it is, it all depends upon your skills of doing it in competitive programming world. So in this world of programming, there should be a difference between you and the other participant who is participating with you in any other event. What makes you stand out of the box is time complexity and the memory optimization that you have done in the code. So all these things are related to DS and Algo, but later after DS Algo, you need to choose a specialization where are you going to for the web development? Are you going for the Android application development? Are you going for whatever machine learning or data science? But here, here, if you go and check out our programs, what we have done is we have actually combined the different essence like data structures and algorithms. Then you can choose Android application development as a career, and then after Android application development, now after exploring all the components, now that what Hemant has been shared with us, there are a lot of other components that you can actually know, and actually you can develop your own project. So once after that, now it is time for you to actually prepare for something like aptitude and logic, improve your logical reasoning. So we have added another course for that, placement oriented aptitude training. So all these three courses are under one umbrella, are under one package. You can go and check out the program. So and also why I was suggesting you today, because in case if you would like to interest, participate and take a membership with us, you can go and check out our membership also. So before moving forward, I would just like to ask Hemant few questions that are related to career and how exactly he started as a Android app developer, and what is his first role in the company, etc. So Hemant, I just wanted to ask you that
Okay.
during your college days, you would have done a lot of research on this Android application development. So do
Yes.
you think the projects which you have done in the college level are
Okay.
actually helping out for getting or cracking a job in the MNCs later after the
Yes,
campus?
yes, yes. My first job is trainee Android application engineer. And in my fourth year, second sem, like, what I done, like, I just made one Android application, simple Android application. It is part of my, it's like project work. And I was admitted to my, head of the department, and it is based on attendance for my college. And
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, because of that, like, I was I think some 5 to 6 years back, Android is it's not very famous
Yes.
thing like now.
Uh,
It is, it's where that time it is like, it's very, small, not small. That time, like everyone hoping, like, it will become, it's a big big impact on market, and it will become, it will occupy like so much of, thing, like, and it will make you like a good career. Then like that, because of that project only I came out of college, and because of that project only I got the internship in one of the best MNCs. And after that,
okay.
I think everyone knows, like, once you've done some internship with MNCs, it's easy, like you'll
Uh,
learn something, and it is like easy going from there. But getting first job is a difficult thing. But
yes.
yeah, my suggestion is, like, please go through and just compare with other courses and other technologies. I think Android will give you, like, it's very good boost up. And it is not like, like software developer, or like you're adding some data entry. It's not kind of like, it will give you, like, every day some, satisfaction. Why? Because you are playing with, real time things. Your app may help so many, like millions of people. Not only OTT apps, like we have so many great applications, like, everything, like health related application, technology related applications, and so many things. Currently I'm working for, Volvo X. Like we have JCBs and excavators. And we are earlier, in that JCBs, if you want to close the door manually, you need to drag the door and you should open the door. Now we are making everything is automatic, like by pressing, like we will have one LED screen in that JCB, and if you want to do any operations, we are doing by touch operations. That is how, like
That's great.
next 5 years or 6 years or 10 years, it
Yes.
all about applications. Like everything is everyone, I think websites are, people are not really using websites nowadays. Whatever you need, like for everything, like if you want to order something or if you want to buy something, everything is application. And in future, like it will tie up with artificial intelligence, and they'll make wonders with the help of applications.
Yes, there is a question from Murugesan saying that if they are from the different backgrounds of the engineering college, like a mechanical background, so how can they start their career as a programmer, or if they wanted to build any application, where they should get started from? It's
uh
a common question for CSC students as well, because
okay.
not all colleges are training them,
Okay.
as per the requirement. So we can answer this to common.
Murugesan, are you there? It's a good question, man. But it's not a big deal, like whether you are from mechanical background or you are from electrical or electronic or computer science. If you want to develop any Android application, as already I told you, you just need one language and one IDE. That is, yes, like if you know Java, like if you want to know like where you actually start, like you just learn Java language or like Kotlin language. Better just learn Java. Kotlin is advanced thing. After learning Java, and it's a IDE, we have IDE called Android Studio. You can download Android Studio and you can install that application in your laptop. And if you know like basic Java, you can make applications. It's not like you should know like advanced Java. Core Java is enough. If you really want to learn like core Java, we have so many tutorials in Google, like Java Point or like Geeks for Geeks. Just go through it like within weeks of time, like within 1 month or like 1.5 month. You can really, like if you are really passionate or like if you're really giving your time, you can learn it like within short time. As soon as like if you know like core Java, no one will stop you. And it is just like you are installing Android Studio, and you can start making experiment, like you can make sample apps and you can try something new. And it's not a big deal, like whether you are from mechanical or electrical. Why? Because for mechanical people, again, there is advantages, like we have so many mechanical companies like Volvo and Bemel, and even they will have applications, they will have Android application, whether they are from mechanical. And if see, I am a, for suppose one of are like like Akshay or Bhavana, maybe they are from CSC background and they learn this Android project, and they'll go to like streaming kind of applications, and they'll go to IBM or like they'll go to Amazon and they'll work for that. If you are a mechanical student, you can go to these kind of companies, Volvo or Bemel, or like we have so many hardware companies like Robert Bosch, and you can go to that companies and you can make applications. It's a very good option for mechanical and electrical and electronics also. Why? Because now every device are like everywhere we are making automation, like, and everything we are migrating things, like it's not like switches are like automatic operations. Now everyone wants like friendly touch screens, whether that is JCB, whether that is truck, whether that is bus. You can see like Volvo buses have like touch screens. They can touch and they can do some operations. They want to switch on AC, they'll do through their touch screen.
So moving forward, like there might be a question from Farhin. So
Okay.
any of the participants is having any questions, so they can raise their hands, or they can post their question in the
No,
chat
directly
option.
they can ask, not a problem. Why they are posting? They can ask. Let them ask, Akshay.
Yes, yes, they can. Yeah.
You can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions, buddy.
So meanwhile, the another question is as a fresher, a lot of every student, there's a challenge facing that how to approach any sort of internships, how to apply for companies these days in the core level. Lot of opportunities that they are receiving might be relevant to non-technical, or might be something related to promotional or non-technical things. But if they are willing to work in core specific thing, what is your guidance for them, that should they need wait with patience, or they need to look for other opportunities in their own portal of the company, or else Naukri or something else? How can you suggest?
See, for freshers, I can understand. You will not get like regular calls, like when you are uploading your profile in Naukri or LinkedIn or Shine kind of things. You may not get like more calls, but still you will get it. Why? Because it's all about getting interview is easy thing, but cracking interview is difficult. I think you can nowadays like everything is online. At least earlier they'll go to campus, or like they'll conduct some off-campus drives in physical locations. Because of this COVID, you guys got very good advantage. Like everything is online. If you'll apply it, I mean like based on their criteria, their shortlist, and they'll take off your interviews. Nowadays if you learn like these kind of technologies, any like latest technologies like Android application development, you'll get like very good advantages, and you can crack interviews very easily. Why? Because even I used to train part-time trainer for freshers. Like I given training in IBM and HCL also. What IBM and HCL will do, they'll go to campus, or like in off campus they'll hire some hundreds of freshers. And what they'll do, next 6 months they'll train their candidates with latest technologies, whether it is Android, whether it is iOS, whether it is Java. If you are, after 6 months they'll conduct one test, and if you can qualify that test, you are in. Otherwise you are out of your company. They'll send you out based on your examination. Before you are going to that company, if you can know these things like Android or Java, it, like you can make miracles, man. I think you can
So
learn, and you
actually,
can.
uh, yes, Hemant. So generally, at Skillai, what we are focusing on is whatever whoever the student approaches and joins the program. So
Okay.
we wanted to make them, no, after completing the specialization, we want to make them publish their own application in
Okay.
Google Play Store, so that it will be easy for the society to believe that he or she has
Yes,
that capability.
yes. As Akshay said, like you can make your, if you have idea, just after learning this Java and Android, you can make that application, and you can publish that application in Google Play Store. And you can show like that front of your resume, like you can put like number of views or like link of your application. And once when you are in giving interview, you can justify yourself, like I done this application, I have 10,000 users, and it is all myself. You can justify, and you can prove yourself,
Yes,
like I know something. That is
yes,
how,
yes,
like nowadays, like without knowing, it's not like if you know Java, they'll not give you job. Or like if you they'll check you like logic wise.
how
See, they'll
practical
not
they are.
expect like whether you know Java or like Python. They'll give you one problem, how you are approaching that problem, how you all, I'm like, you will approach to solve that thing. That is how they'll expect things, not like like free diving. What is Java, what is Fibonacci series? You by heart that program, and it's not kind of things nowadays. It's everything changed.
So, so Hemant,
Yeah,
uh,
actually.
yeah. So before moving forward, I just wanted to mention that, guys, you can join this Telegram group, so that we will share you free resources that you can go ahead and learn Java first, so that
Yes.
depending on that, we will guide you for the next process. You can join this group. After this session, we will be sharing you the free PDFs and free open source material all at one place, so that it will be easy for you to get started with Java first. And then once after you learning Java, or core Java, or and you, if you feel like all the basic things, then you can always reach us. We'll guide you through the next process, like if you would like to take part in whatever the specialization you want. So you can scan it right now and move.
Okay. Akshay, let me address these questions. We have some questions from Farheen, and we have some questions from 19BD548 KMIT. Akshay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, Now, actually, the question from Farin is she would like to learn Java and only core Java. So
Okay.
I just mention her that she can reach us out. We'll share her all the resources, like open source resources. She
Okay.
can go through that open source resources to learn Java first.
Okay.
And well, there is a question, actually important question here for us, like how can we keep ourselves motivated to keep coding and learning new technologies? How, like that motivation behind learning new things?
See, it's motivation in the sense, like, once you've done something, like if you'll make a effort and if you'll make one simple application and if you'll publish, then you'll get some confidence, like without doing anything. If I want to keep, motivated, that will not give you, proper, solution. Let's
Mhm.
learn anything, and let's start with either Java or anything, any language or like any technology, and create something like what will satisfy yourself, not with world. And if you are expert in Java technology, like and learning new technology, it will not a big challenge. Why? Because all languages have similarities. We have, like, Java is object oriented and C++ also object oriented. When we are talking about C, it is a process kind of things. I mean, there is a similarity. If you know C, learning C++ or Java, it is easy. But if you not, like, if you never know like any other language, then you should start with any new thing. Like, you need to start somewhere, then you will get to know like how it will be. And
So
one more.
yeah, question is about the Flutter, like what is the overview of Flutter and how it is, how Android Studio is better, Java is better than Flutter?
See, Flutter is not suitable for very big applications. It is small applications. When you are not dealing with big databases or like big data. See, when we are talking of streaming application, you can't make any streaming application with the help of Flutter. Why? Because what Flutter actually? See, in normal native Android applications will be built by Android Studio, but Flutter is different altogether when we are compared to Android, and it has some support extra. I mean, like, without developer, that IDE has, like, more advantages. Like, it will give you a lot of suggestions, and it will have some default designs, and it will have some default code. But if you want to make really good application, that will have, like, big databases and big data or big videos, we can't make it out like with Flutter. It is not suitable. But directly jumping to the Flutter, it's not a good thing for beginners. Who asked
Yes,
this
yes.
question?
So that
Vigneshwaran, right?
question, yes, Vigneshwaran. So then there is a question from Varshit saying that after learning native development to explore the cross-platform development, what to choose, React Native or Flutter?
See, again, it's you can choose either anything like React Native or Flutter. Flutter is altogether, it is different technology. I mean, not different technology. I already explained about Flutter. It has some, like, if you want very small applications, for suppose, if you want to make one application, in that application will have only college details. For that, Flutter is a good opportunity. Why? Because it will not have big data or like big videos or nothing. College information will have very small details. And maybe, if you'll use Flutter, uh, you know number of hours and the cost of the project will reduce, but native development will cost you more. Why? Because it is efficient. It will not give you crashes and it will not give you a lot of bugs. But React Native is based on your requirement. See, we have like like we have some applications with the we can make that applications with the help of React Native or like Angular JS. That application is called hybrid applications that can be installed in your iOS or Android. That applications will made through React Native or Angular JS. Again, here is the problem. If it is very small applications and it will not have like big data, then you can go with hybrid applications. Native is all efficient, and when you are handling, where if you want big application or efficient application, native is suggestible.
Yes. Okay. Sure. So, guys, any more questions? Any more questions related to the technologies or Android application development? So we'll take one or two more questions and then break this session for today. Before moving forward, I just wanted to mention that any of them are interested for the kind of machine learning, or if they wanted to know how Alexa, Amazon Alexa and voice recognition works, we are having a webinar on upcoming Saturday or Sunday that will be scheduled, and we will be letting you know. That will be exactly at 6 o'clock in the evening. So just keep yourself reminded, and we'll be updating all the webinar details and the objective of the webinar over Telegram and WhatsApp community. So any more questions, guys?
Vamsi, Vishnu,
Yeah, there is
Sam
a question
Maurya,
from,
so many guys is
yeah,
there.
there is a
You can ask
question
some
right now.
questions. Can we develop Android
Yeah.
application other than Java or Kotlin? Of course, but see, we have two things in Android. We have SDK, that is a support tools. If you want to develop anything related to like Java or Kotlin, we will use SDK. But 99% we used to develop applications with SDK, Java and Kotlin. But if needed, in some embedded applications will be developed through C or C++. Again, it is different path. If you want to develop an application using C or C++, we will use NDK instead of SDK. But it is it's not suggestible, but very less cases. Again, it is based on your requirement. And one more question from Sam Maurya. There are so many specializations in CS. How can we know which category is good for oneself? Should we try to explore what each category contains?
I think this
Uh,
question is something like as we are having web development one side, as we are having Android to another side, and also nowadays the trending word again, machine learning, AI,
See,
data
you can
science,
check it
everything.
in
So
Google itself. Like, just check it in Google, or like you can ask with like who is currently in industry, and you can get to know easily by asking your cousins or like your friends or like your LinkedIn members. What is the future and what will be the future for Android in next 5 years, and what will be the future for Python for next 10 years? See, before 5 years, there is no apps. Everything will be like websites. Now you can see everything is application. Every company is having application in Play Store. But earlier, every company will have websites. They'll not have applications in Play Store. That is the difference. You can imagine. And now there is so many applications, not only native Android applications like streaming apps or like like some information apps. We have so many IoT applications. You are just speaking with application will give you information. Why? Because it is synced with artificial intelligence and machine learning with your Android application. I mean, like it is not like server. It is like robot. It is giving your answer. It's kind of Siri, Alexa, and you can include Alexa, Siri to your applications. That is how we have very. I'm absolutely sure. Like next 10 years, applications will rule the world. It may sync with machine learning and artificial intelligence, but there is no chance applications will rule the world. Like next 10 years it will like everything is applications. You can see like within these 5 years how everyone is using application. For everything you are using application. everything, like if you want to update pf, if you want to watch some revenue kind of things. Now government came up with any
Financial.
some applications you should install, and you should like everything is application. And you can take
Yes.
it example, like WhatsApp. Now everyone using WhatsApp for their professional thing, like office users. So many things, like
Yes. There is
it's
a
individual.
question
Yeah,
from yeah. There is a question from Sangavi saying
yeah.
that can we develop using Python? How efficient is it?
No, we can't develop Android native application with the help of Python. Why? Because it will not support in Android Studio.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So the next
And
question is there is a question from Vigneshwaran K. Between native and Flutter, which will be more flexibility in UI development? UI.
again, it's a native. Why? Because in native you can do anything, but Flutter has some limitations and it advantages. See, native. Why I am telling, like native can you can go like beyond, but Flutter you can't go beyond. Why? Because it has some limitations. You should work within that limitations. That is what I'm saying. Then if Flutter is suitable for everything, why big companies like Amazon and Google, you can check any applications related to Google or Facebook. It's all native applications. It is not hybrid applications. It is not Flutter application. Don't think they have enough money, that's why they are investing on native applications. It's not the reason behind that is it's efficient. They want to make world best product. That's what they are choosing native, not Flutter, not class front from like hybrid apps or like Angular JS or something.
Yes. So guys, if anyone wanted to start their career, but still they were confused to start where. Yes. So generally,
Okay.
if you join the community, we can easily guide you through the program. Like through the program, in between, we can share the open source resources regarding the Java, and we can give you a timeline where you can complete Java for some time and then enter into Android. Later in the Android, during the program, we'll be having similar type of webinar sessions and a lot of guided project sessions very soon, and you can join that. So that will be helping you. And more importantly, the long lasting benefits that we actually wanted to provide you is a lot of internship assistance, placement assistance as well. The same time, it is very important for you to build live project. So it is not just watching videos, but still you are engaging with within the forum and the community, so that where instructors or subject matter experts like our instructor today, like Hemant sir, everyone like that will take part in guiding you through the projects, and during with the help of forums and a Slack community that we use. So this will always help you. This one total membership will give you all these 6 benefits, and you can go through it once in the website. And coming to the platform, guys, what makes you motivated to complete? So we just added a features called badges, ranks, and level system. For example, you've taken a course, you are going proceed, like you are continuing, then here what we are doing is for every step that you have taken in the platform, if you participate in the activities, if you participate in the forums, you will be awarded with the points and levels. You can with the points you can reach some levels. All together will motivate you to stand in the first position of leaderboard. Everyone are fighting for the leaderboard. Why you should be actually getting top in the leaderboard? Because we are going to send you direct job opportunity notifications who are top in the leaderboard. So that makes you motivated to complete the specialization with 100% accuracy, along with the valid certifications that we do, valid authorization process we do. So all these things together, you can go and explore. So right now we'll take one last question. One last question is okay. So any more questions, guys? I'm
Shreya,
also sharing.
Soumya, Dhanalakshmi, Hanifa, you can ask questions. See, I think if you want like weightage in your resume, you should make something. You should have like projects. Otherwise, interviewer will not shortlist your resume itself. You can't even be in interview room. If you want to get that interview room, you should have some weight in your resume. You should have some projects. Vaishnavi, Vinay. You can ask some questions. Anything, make
Hemant,
something. Yeah.
most importantly, the question is from all the students. A lot of
Okay.
people, a lot of companies that enter into their colleges for the campus placements
Yeah.
might be in some other roles, non-technical roles or something like that. But most of the students are as
See.
aspiring to.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my concern is maybe Tech Mahindra or like IBM will visit your campus or like off campus. They'll
Okay.
not
So in the
tell
future,
you, like for freshers mostly they'll not tell you, like project will be into this and project will be handled in Android or Java, like machine learning or Python. They'll just hire candidates and they'll
yeah.
train their candidates in different technologies, and after that they'll assign projects. It's all like 1 year process. They'll not tell you, like maybe one or two companies like startups will tell you, like after your get into that company what you will do.
So yeah, there is they are asking for the links. So sure, we will share all the links, guys. So whatever the doubts you have, just post it for the skillhide@gmail.com. We'll be definitely answering all your queries. And now the thing is, like, one last question I would like to ask from my end is, what if the students wanted to get placed in some product based companies? Like, for example, we have a lot of product based startups these days which are unicorns. Let us consider
Okay.
the Flipkart and OYO or some other product based companies which are purely depending on the Android and other.
Okay.
So will these guys have any sort of if they approach, if they actually look at the right path, if they approach, will they give some opportunities for the
Of
fresh
course, of
talents?
course. See, I think if you are interested in Android, they'll give you Android projects. Nowadays, every company, product and service based, every company will have Android projects, and they'll train you. Like first of all, before they are giving some training, they'll ask you your interest. You are interested in testing. You want to become like if you want to make your career in Android development or like web development, they'll give you options, and you can choose your options. If you are already expert, if you know something already, I'm sure guys it will help you a lot.
I think
Just do
this
something and just make your expertise. Just learn
yes, I
something.
think these two courses will also plays a major role, right? Data structures and algorithms at the same time, aptitude and the other
Yes,
logical reasoning.
but like data structures and algorithms very important to crack your interviews. But in practical, when you are making applications, I don't think like first year
Practical.
or second year you never use your data structures. Once you will become like senior
Mhm.
software in like after 4 years career, 5 years, six
Yes.
years, that time
Yes.
it's needed with data structures or algorithms. But
Ye-
it is just for interview process. They'll check your logics, but first year anyway they'll first day itself they'll not assign any projects, right? They'll give you
Yes.
time
Yes.
and they'll train you, and they'll check your expertise, and they'll check your what then only they'll
Yes.
allocate project for you. But first 1 year,
Yes.
don't worry, guys. Just concentrate on how to crack interviews, and make some weightage to your resume by having any projects, like good projects.
Yes. Sure. So thank you, Hemant. So guys, we wanted to wind up this session right now. And if you're having any queries, just email us, and you can also text us in WhatsApp community or Telegram. You can message to the admins, and we will be very happy to assist you or take you through the next steps. And don't forget, like if you are interested right now today, you can register for our programs today and use this coupon code, and you will be getting a 500 rupees of that only for the webinar participants who attended this webinar. So make sure that if you are interested, go check it out. And also, if you are interested in getting resources that are related to Java, also join the Telegram channel. We will be sharing you all the resources, that open source content that we have gathered already to share it with you. So you will be getting it. Uh, okay, Hemant,
Akshay, one
thank you.
question. These candidates from North India or South India?
There are students from both,
Okay.
overall,
Okay.
a lot of from. Few of them are from Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal,
Okay.
and also from the two Telugu states of Telangana and AP, and from I think so it is Maharashtra.
Yeah, fine then. Last message, guys. Don't waste your time because of COVID. Maybe you already wasted 2 years of time. Just make your resume weightage. Then you can crack your interviews very easily and just do something. Okay. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, guys. Is
Thank
anything
you,
else, Akshay?
nothing else, and thanks for your time, Hemant, and always we always have you as our one of the best instructor, and also
Thanks, man.
the,
Thanks.
the way you explain today is really very passionate, and hope we will definitely take that kind of feedback from the audience also, so that
Yeah.
it will be very much useful for our next sessions. So we would like to do a lot of other sessions which are practical approach sessions in the next webinars. For example,
Okay.
making
Sure.
a
Sure.
live OTP based login system like
Green.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely host it very soon, and we'll definitely invite you as one of the guest speaker again. Thank you, Hemant.
Yeah, thank you, Akshay. Thank you, everyone. It's a nice, talk. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Good
So
night. Bye
guys,
bye.
yeah, good night, Hemant. Thank you. So guys, do you have any queries related to the program? Have you checked out our program? If you are having any queries, we are very open to take up your queries for the next 5 minutes or so, and we will wind up the session. Thank you, Anusha, for attending the session, and hope the session is very useful. Yes, thank you. So instructor is getting a lot of thanks, and I will definitely share this with the instructor. Sure. Guys, always make a note of the webinars. Guys, always make a note of whatever you are listening today. You have seen. Do anyone want to have this PDF which is explained today? Please raise your hands. If you guys need us to share this presentation or PDF with you, we will definitely mail it to you for the registered email address. Okay, definitely. Lots of love. Definitely, we will share this PDF with you. Always make sure that you explore, you go and Google each and every keyword that has used, content providers, broadcast receivers. Go and check it out. And even if you go to the specialization, like to our website, and look at Android application development specialization, you can definitely know all the we have listed all the components here, except a few major libraries which are related to very big applications. But still, we had make sure that if you complete all these three courses, you will be definitely cracking up a very great job with a very good project done, and we are assuring you that. Okay, so fine. And anyone if you wanted to know like how to join, just open your camera, tap on the camera screen, it will scan the QR code. And if you guys do not have that Android version updated, you can just I will be sharing you these links of joining Telegram and WhatsApp in the chat option. So guys, anyone wants to speak something, or anyone wants to share their views on the webinar happened today? You can actually all of you lower your hands and just raise your hands once again, so that who wants to speak will be given an opportunity. anyone wants to share your opinion, share your knowledge on the Android application development, or if you're having any trouble developing any applications also, we are very happy to assist you in terms of working with you on your idea. So guys, we'll be mailing you the group joining links of Telegram and WhatsApp. Along with it, we'll also mailing you the today's presentation as well. Okay, sure then. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Thank you.